Colombia, a nation rising up and recovering from the scourge of decades of violence. In the cities, the divide between rich and poor is stark. But the streets pulse with a spirit of hope and change. It's the perfect testing ground for an inspiring new wave of entrepreneurship. Businesses that blend profit with purpose. The story of one of those companies begins in Bogotá, at one of the biggest, busiest markets in South America. In the midst of the bedlam and balancing acts, two dynamic young entrepreneurs are using business to change the world, one plantain at a time. Carolina Medina and Verena Lietkens met at the London School of Economics. Now as co-founders of a startup called Agrupa, they're bootstrapping it in Bogotá and doing their part to solve the global food crisis. Their mission? To help people get access to fresh, healthy food at cheaper prices.
Agrupa is a social business that works with mom and pop shops in low-income neighborhoods in Bogotá. Our goal is that in having them receive better prices for their fruits and vegetables, they will also react to this, offering better prices to their end consumers, who will then have access to cheaper fruits and vegetables and hopefully opt for buying the healthier option.
Street vendors and mom-and-pop shops are the gatekeepers of what people eat in low-income neighborhoods. They sell 3/4 of the food in Colombia.
We know they're spending around 15 hours per week and around 20% of their income only in transportation to go to the central market.
They usually get up around 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning because they're trying to be back at their shop at 7 or 8 to open it. And they spend all day in their shop until they close around 10 or 11 at night. It's a really tough job, and that's 7 days a week.
Agrupa works to save the vendors time and money. Shop owners text orders to Verena. At dawn, she and her driver hit the market, stuffing their little truck with sacks of plantains, onions, and potatoes. Then it's a 20-minute drive to the Agrupa warehouse in the low-income neighborhood of Bosa.
One day, Agrupa is going to have an amazing big warehouse. Today, we have a garage because that's all we need. So there's like a crossover of unloading, loading, getting the truck ready for the day, and then we start the deliveries round, basically passing by each of the shops that have ordered from us.
Today, Carolina and Verena have plantains and onions for Carlos. He has fewer trips to the central market because of Agrupa. Plus, he gets lower prices and better quality.
Pues me gusta por el modo que ustedes tratan a los clientes, por la buena mercancía que dejan y por el modo del pago.
If we think about sort of strategically what does Agrupa want to be, it's an ally of those shop owners. It's like a good friend that helps them grow their business, that has their interest in mind and not the opposite.
Me queda más tiempo a mí para descansar y para de pronto, digamos, compartir con mi familia porque pues a esa hora pues ya mi familia está trabajando.
Aparte de la sencillez de ustedes, de la chica que le colaboran, del señor conductor, pues eso es como una familia.
To build the Agrupa family and bring lower prices and better food to the people of Bosa, Carolina and Verena turned to Agora Partnerships for help. Agora is a nonprofit organization. In Latin America and the Caribbean, it creates system change by supporting entrepreneurs who are working to solve social and environmental problems. Select entrepreneurs from across Latin America are admitted into a 4-month program called the Agora Accelerator. Agora consultants help the entrepreneurs grow by strengthening their business plans, expanding their networks, and connecting them with investors. It all starts with a week-long entrepreneurs retreat in Nicaragua.
It's just beautiful to see that many driven, inspired people all around. But to know that other people are fighting the same fight in other countries, but they're in the same boat in the end, it's something really calming to know, and it's great to have that network to fall back onto.
What I like most about Agora is the fact that they take the time to assign a person to your project that will actually get really involved with what you do. Understand not only your business, but also the people involved in the business, so us as co-founders.
In a country with more than 300,000 mom and pop shops, Carolina and Verena believe their business has unlimited opportunity to grow. And the simple but powerful idea behind Agrupa can work far beyond Colombia.
I see a huge potential for Agrupa in the entire world. The mom and pop shop problem happens everywhere in the world, and I believe no one can do anything else if they're not properly fed. So that's where we will start.
In a valley 300 kilometers from Bogota, Cali is a fast city of motorbikes and mountains. But in the hillside neighborhood of Polvorines, pavement gives way to dusty roads. There's no running water. Homes are made of tin, brick, and scrap metal. Civil war forced many people to flee their houses in the countryside and piece together new lives here.
The community is made up of approximately 2,000 families. Not a single one of these families have formal title for their property. The people actually build their homes literally brick by brick over time.
Matt Alexander grew up in the United States, but here he's Mateo, impassioned social entrepreneur and co-founder of a company called Suyo. Suyo means yours. Up to 75% of Colombians live in properties they don't legally own. For a fair price, Matt helps people in Cali and other cities get formal title to the properties they've worked so hard to build.
Their biggest asset, and in many cases their only asset, still isn't something that is in their name. When they pass away, their children cannot gain access to that asset, and they're essentially starting over again. So you're perpetuating the cycle of poverty.
In Polvorines, the people feel forgotten. With no legal title to their properties, they can't apply for loans for things like renovations or starting businesses. And they're always under the threat of eviction. Suyo is helping community leader Dubiener Gayan get title to his property so he can build a better future for his family and neighbors.
Pues la afectación que tenemos en cuanto a todas las familias es las enfermedades que están ocurriendo por el polvero que hay. ¿Sí? Los niños en cuanto a la vista, la laringe, todo eso están afectando porque hay mucho polvo. Entonces, ya estando esto regulado con su escritura pública, ya entraría el gobierno a hacer lo que es acueducto, alcantarillado y vías y todo mejoraría para la comunidad.
Suyo is like a one-stop shop. When someone decides to apply for title, the company sends a sales rep, David, to the home for an assessment using an app.
He basically captures all the data we need to analyze the property and prepare the claims in the different government institutions.
Next, Suyo's lawyers, architects, and engineers go into historical detective mode. It can take months to get to this moment, when the land title document goes to a notary for the final stamp.
Tenemos algunos consultorios jurídicos, pero no abarcan lo que ustedes están haciendo, ni prestan la ayuda ni colaboración como lo hacen ustedes en un seguimiento tan interesante.
As a social enterprise startup working with underserved populations, Suyo needed help. For Matt, Agora Partnerships was a perfect fit.
Agora's focused on our region, Latin America, so they understand our market well. They deploy a consultant to the field to work with us, really as a team member. Our consultant actually became a senior strategist for our team and participated in weekly meetings around strategy and networking and the business model itself. Every company is unique, and they assess where you're at in your growth, and they customize their support for your profile.
And with Agora's help, Suyo gets to make moments like this. Maria is getting legal title to her flower shop and home. She's wanted this for 10 years.
¿Y cuáles beneficios traen eso?
La verdad, todo. Nos trae absolutamente todo, más que todo seguridad. Porque antes era como flotando. Ahora pues uno ya se siente más seguro de que hay algo y que hay un soporte, que está algo en de propiedad que uno ya cuenta que es de uno.
It seems like something very simple. It's a piece of paper at the end of the day, but what that paper represents for their future is really transformational.
Agora Partnerships helps unleash the potential of social entrepreneurs who are building market-based solutions to society's greatest problems. These entrepreneurs challenge outdated ways of doing things and chip away at the walls between rich and poor. They show empathy, agency, curiosity, and perseverance. They trust their potential and fight to realize their dreams. When it comes to eliminating poverty, ending climate change, and fighting inequality around the globe, they know we're all in this together.